Okay, good day everyone. It's Total Investor here, everyone's favorite YouTube investment channel. Today, I'd like to review an article that actually appeared way back in mid-May about one individual. His name is probably quite familiar to the crypto crowd. His name is Scott Melker, and again, he is well known for the crypto traders, and he goes by the name Wolf of all streets, which is, a play on words with the Wolf of Wall Street. And, he has a podcast where he gets into some, deep discussions with very famous other individuals who are well known in the crypto community, Jim O'Shaughnessy, and also Michael Saylor. And by the way, I will leave his podcast link and even his Twitter link down below in the comment, not in the comment section, in the description. So if you wish to follow him, you can. But his point of view is, in his crypto account, 70% of that is balanced out as Bitcoin and Ethereum. The balance of what's left over, 30%, is used for trading or longer term investments, we'll call it. Okay, obviously you may think that with crypto it's not really a true investment, but we'll use that term for now. And he thinks that you should be looking long term and hold on for dear life. HODL. Okay, that's his philosophy, if you will, or strategy when it comes to longer term investing in the crypto sphere. Now he believes that there are or were opportunities for 100X coins. Again, this is back in mid-May, May 15th to be exact. And since then, if you've been paying attention, and I'm sure that you have, there has been a severe correction right across the board with the cryptocurrencies. Okay, now I just want to review his 5 top coins that he feels over the long term have the potential to be 100x. Okay, how realistic that is? Well, only time will tell. But keep in mind, he liked them when the prices of these coins were much higher. They are now lower. They've corrected. So let's look at these individually. Okay, so the first one is Link, L-I-N-K USD. I'm going to do everything with versus the US dollar. Okay, just to simplify everything. On this chart, now I'm using a bar chart here as the service. It bottomed out in late December at just under $10, and went all the way up to 50. I believe that's 53. Okay, so there's a 5x right there in less than half a year. But notice what happened right after that the article was written. It crashed. It tanked. It went from 53 down to $15. Came back up a little bit, but we're now back down to that 15 level of support here. Notice that it was resistance here, resistance again, and then it became support. So resistance becomes support. That's what we have right now. So although that is technically good, however, we have to look at the entire picture. We are still well below the 50. It traded below 50 last year. Again, just after the article came out. I believe that probably was around May 20, give or take. And it just crashed from there. It's been below 50 since then. It is below the moving averages, the 10 and the 50. They're both sloping downwards. That's a negative. And the DIs gave that sell signal at around the same time. They are still in negative. So It's still not looking good technically. Again, the only positive is that we are on support, which appears to be strong support. What would I do? Well, I would wait until at least this black line, which is the ADX, that it starts to turn downwards. Okay, that will be a signal that at least temporarily the downward trend has ended. Now, just because the downtrend ends doesn't mean it has to go up. It can consolidate and move sideways, but at least it will be one sign that it might not want to go any lower. Okay, so this thing has, as I said, still has a lot of negative going through it, including, look at the volume. It just dropped dramatically here. Okay, so what I would do is I would just wait on link. Next one is .dot USD. Somewhat of a similar pattern. Late in the last year, gave it a good buy signal here when both moving averages crossed, and the price was above both of them. Went up as high as 50. So there's a 10x in what? Less than half a year. Again, mid-May, it crashes, comes down to 15 bucks. So it just lost 2/3 of its value. Okay, now this one has less support than a link because we could still go down to 10. That would be the next level of support, and even possibly, might be a stretch, go down to as little as $5. Okay, it's the same thing same pattern with the RSI below 50. It's trading below the 10-day and the 50-day moving average. Both of them are sloping downwards. That's a negative, and it gave the last sell signal back here again in May, and it's still negative. Okay, so again, watch the support here, and primarily with the black line, the ADX, wait for it to come down. Okay, so again, similar patterns with dot and link. Now it starts to change with his other three coins. First one is EGLD, again versus the US dollar. We see that it popped in. I don't have, the other ones were longer term. They went out 9 months. I don't have that with this particular chart. I'm only going back a couple of months, but it seems to have topped out in late April and came all the way down. What do we see? Well, we've got a lower low here in the stock price, okay, but it didn't make a new low in the RSI. So that is a bullish divergence. Okay, so that's a positive, and it seemed to have bottomed out at around 80 before it finally broke above 80. That's a plus. 10-day moving average sloping upwards, and the price of the coin is above that. Another positive. And the RSI above 50. That's where we want to see it. There's a buy signal there. And looking at the DMI, what do we have? We have the DIs crossing into positive territory. So EGLD does look good from here based on the chart pattern. Okay, you might of course want to do your fundamental research as to what the entire purpose of EGLD, what it does, what the strengths are, and whatever it is that you look at. But technically speaking, it looks good from here. Okay, next is POLS versus the US dollar. This one is quite new. I'm not sure if there was previous trade into this before this particular day, but this is all that I have, and that's all that I could find. Topped out around $4, came down, and it looks like we've got something positive here with the very, very limited data. Okay, it is trading above the 10-day moving average. It's sloping upward, positive. We are just slightly below the trigger line of 50, but with a few more days, maybe even one day of positive price action, that could be above 50 on the RSI, which would give that a buy signal. And even here we've got it just 3 days ago, it looks like it went into positive on the DI. So that looks positive, again, with very limited data. Okay, so that's two that we've got looking good. And finally, the last one is UTK and versus the US dollar. Okay, again, with the limited data, going back only a couple of months, it topped out at around approximately the same time at just over $1, came down, found a floor at, I believe this is around 20 cents. Okay, this made a slight, the price went slightly lower. The RSI did not, so that's also bullish divergence. Okay, so it's holding, not necessarily moving up on the strength that we want, but it's not, dropping lower. Although it's not quite as strong as the previous two. Here, this is not a good strong signal of the DI's crossing because they're just moving sideways. So I'm going to put UTK in the watch zone. Okay, the two that I really like again are POLS and EGLD. Okay, again, strictly technical, using technical analysis chart patterns. Okay, now as I say with all of my videos, this is not to be considered financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. What I tell you, or what I told you today, is strictly for educational purposes only. Okay, so do what you will with the information. Please give it a thumbs up in the video. Subscribe, that way you will know when the next video is. And if you have any questions on this or another coin or stock, please down below in the comment section. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.